Welcome back to the channel. Today we are back on the defensive side of the ball. The formation we're going to be looking at is nickel wide. Today we're going to be in the Cleveland Browns playbook. Nickel wide's also in it's in a few playbooks. It's in pretty many playbooks. So double wide safety blitz is going to be the blitz we're looking at, and I think this blitz is one of the most versatile ones in the entire game. Of course, with all these macros and whatnot, you can kind of create the coverage in behind it that you really want. But the main thing is, for me at least, in this blitz is getting the guys in the position that you need to get them to. So let's talk about the macro. I called it base. Just sort of my base defense. It's a very aggressive defense, and it also kind of works in the run game as well. Like if you go on ahead and mix that blitz in with this cover 4 quarters, it does a pretty good job in the run fits if you line up in base. I'm not going to be covering that in this video, but if you kind of want to add that to your scheme, get in the lab with it a little bit, cover 4 quarters is a pretty decent run defense out of this nickel wide, and it's just a little bit different, a little bit of off meta stuff that people online might not have seen before. And of course, a disclaimer, if they are going to get into some heavy formations, you might struggle even out of that cover 4 quarters in this nickel wide if they go ahead and put a fullback on the field, couple tight ends on the field, whatever the case may be. This nickel wide can struggle with it a little bit, but I still do like that cover 4 quarters for the run defense portion of it. But as for the actual video part here, double safety blitz is what we're going to be coming out in. I'm just going to send everybody out on a route right now. We're going to come out in halfback scissors on the offense side of the ball, and we'll kind of get into this blitz for you guys. But first, I do want to show you the macro that kind of set up this whole entire play. All right, now I do want to talk about the macro part. So if you don't know what a macro is, guys, basically we can take, this is how you get to it first and foremost. You go down to, this is your main menu, go down to Creation Center. We're going to go to Custom Adjustments, and you're going to see I already have a few in here. But if you don't know what a macro is, basically all of these adjustments in here, we can click these different things. And basically, we're with a click of one button, which we'll show you here in the video. We'll show you our base macro that we just called it. You can make a bunch of players, every single player in your team, do something with one click of a button. So very, very cool. This is probably the best thing, in my opinion, that they've ever added to the game, to be quite honest with you. Allows you to be much more... It's much more intuitive. It's much more fun, to be quite honest with you. Keep it plain and simple. But base is what we're going to be calling this, because I can kind of run it out of the run game or run it against the run game. You're going to see it against with the blitz here against the pass game and whatnot. So just it's extremely versatile, kind of to go along with this blitz here. But I'm just going to kind of run down my list here. You guys can basically put this in to your macros, and you're going to be able to do the same exact thing. You can call it base, you can call it whatever you want, and yeah, go from there. And of course, you can always mess with this stuff too. You don't have to just go with the exact same thing. Maybe you don't want your gap integrity on aggressive. Maybe you want it on something else, and you want to play around with it. So, yeah, this is pretty much my macro of my base defense. I do have gap integrity on aggressive. Let's see what else we have. We are pinching the defensive line, and I do have a Texas 4-man on this. This base thing here. Just whenever you go into the pass game, it's really nice. The Texas stunt is super nice. Same thing with the El Paso. Probably my two favorite stunts in the game right now. At least right now. We'll see. But El Paso and Texas, really solid. Especially like once you're not calling the blitz and you're just dropping into the just a regular zone, a regular man. Gives you a little bit more pressure. But of course, we're going to talk about all of that whenever we get into the scheme portion of it. We'll be doing a little bit different stuff with the defensive line. But just for the stunt, you can absolutely put a stunt on or leave it off, depending on what you want to do. Linebackers, we are going to pinch them as well. And we are going to show cover 4. And that's more so just to get our safeties looking how we want them to. Whenever we come out in cover 3, I don't necessarily want to show I'm in cover 3. I kind of want everything to look the same. I want everybody by the line of scrimmage. And yeah, that's the best way that I found. Cover 0 kind of gives you a weird alignment, in my opinion. So cover 4, boom, very nice, very simple coverage shell. And that's kind of how I set it up. And I think, and then we have our cornerback depth and safety depth at 5. I want them to be as close to the line of scrimmage as possible. We're trying to get these quick blitzes. And of course, in the run game, if once you're online, you probably are going to face someone that runs the ball. So you want to put these guys as close to the box as well, in my opinion. Obviously, that is very aggressive. Maybe you would want to back your corners up to 7 or 9 or something like that. But I don't mind. I don't mind playing them at 5. So you can even play them even more aggressive if you really wanted to. But I play them at 5. Play everybody across the board. Looks really nice out there as well. And then safety width and their midpoint, I just put on default. Kind of weird if you do anything else. I mean, you can try to pinch, you can try to spread, put them wide, whatever the case may be. And then the midpoint, you can mess around with that as well. I just found default works very nice for me. And then aggressive ball hawk, and I think that is it. I do have my flat zones at 5 yards. At least I know where they're going to be dropping to. Of course, again, if you want to mess around with that, maybe you want those at 0, and then you want your curls at, whatever the case may be, you can mess around with that. maybe you want them at 10, maybe you want it at 0, and whatnot. So zone depths, that's kind of on you, depending on your play style, how you want to roll. I just put those at 5 and leave it from there. And then from there, you could always put like conservative coverage on. I really don't like putting aggressive or ultra conservative. I can kind of call those in the moment and kind of call it how I see it in the game. So I really don't want that in my macro. And then I do have the plaster on aggressive. We'll see kind of how that plays over the course of the year. I've had success with it so far, but we'll see. Maybe they tune up PI, where they call PI more often or something like that against the computers. So we'll see. But for right now, I do have the plaster on aggressive, and I do believe that is our last adjustment there. So that is my base macro. That's pretty much how I have everything set up right there. You're going to see on the field what it looks like. Kind of just puts everybody really close to the line of scrimmage and makes it really tough. Makes everything look the same and really, really like that. So let's get into the blitz out on the field. One of the most versatile blitzes that I found so far in the game. Send it off both edges, do a lot of different stuff with it. So let's kick it right out onto the field. All right, so now you're back. Now you understand how the macro works. Hope you have that put in. And of course, like I said, you can always make the adjustments off of that. You don't need to just set it up exactly the way I set it up. Maybe you don't. I mean, the pinching of the defensive line, pinching of the line, all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely for the alignment. How far you want your DBs playing and your safeties playing and whatnot. Yeah, I would say that's pretty important to the scheme. But as far as the other stuff, you can absolutely play around with it. But this is just my base defense. I'm going to come out here, hit my LB button, come out in base defense. And of course, that's so you can see what the blitz looks like. So all I'm going to do from this point is going ahead and hit my right stick to the right, crash my defensive line down, slant them inside, and now I have a dual edge blitz by sending 6 guys. So I have everybody going out on a route, of course, all 5 guys, and you're going to see both of those edges come looping in and crushing the quarterback. So the great thing about this blitz, it's very easy to set up, and you can send it off of either edge. So again, hitting LB, coming out in my base defensive macro, crashing that defensive line down. So now from this point, you can kind of see, and of course, in this particular formation, Ronnie Hickman sort of outside the play. So maybe him, maybe I'm not able to click onto him and get him moved and set up the play, because I like the user of these linebackers. Maybe you want to user the guy covering the tight end or the running back. So in this case right here, I'm just going to blitz off the right side, because Ronnie Hickman over there, not really in a good spot to be blitzing anyway. So I'm going to hit Y, I'm going to find his icon, he is LB, and I'm just going to double one of these receivers. I'm going to double that top man, and now I have 2 guys sort of bracketing that guy. So now I'm, like I said, I'm sending this from the right side of the field. Delpit is going to be who's going to be coming at the quarterback. So I'm going to also be able to drop Jared Verse into coverage. So I'm just going to drop him into a hard flat. And you can see here, this blitz, we're sending, again, all 5 guys out onto a route still, blitzing towards the running back. We are still going to get very nice pressure, only sending 4 guys. So it just kind of keeps getting better, this blitz. So setting it up again, blitzing these guys down, setting it up as well. Now you see this time Ronnie Hickman sort of lined up a little bit better, so maybe you could blitz from that side. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to drop him. I'm going to put him in coverage. We'll drop Jared Verse again, and this time I'm going to put Hall into a QB spy. And sometimes, not every time, you can still get away. You can still get pressure with only sending 3. So we'll see if it works this time. Not quite. A little bit more acceleration, though, and he can get around the edge. We'll see if we can send that from the left side and get it to come through. So setting up the macro again, coming out in base, slanting down. Ronnie Hickman is in a very nice spot. So we'll just kind of put these guys all into coverage right there, double the outside guy, sort of put his a curl flat out there, and then I put my other defense tackle, Mason Graham, in a quarterback contain. So again, only sending 3 guys, everybody going out onto a route. You can just see sometimes, and that's a really good left guard. So Jared Verse does a good job getting off of the tackle, hitting the left guard as well, and you can just see we are only sending 3 people at the quarterback, and we're still getting pressure. So really, really nice, able to get that left edge pressure. And of course, that is our least consistent version of it, only sending 3. But anytime you are looking to send 4, so we'll kind of drop him, double the outside receiver. Anytime you're sending those 4, the 3 down linemen, and of course one of the blitzing safeties, anytime you do that, you are going to get extremely consistent pressure. Of course, this is reg, so we don't have quite the speed and acceleration that you would like at these spots. You can imagine on your MUT team or putting guys in spots right there to make plays. Very, very versatile blitz. So now you're saying, well, what if they block up a guy? What if they block 6? So we're going to set this up again, and we're just going to block. We'll block the running back in the backfield. I think we'll start there. And again, we're going to set it up the same way. We are going to drop these other 2 guys. That's fine. He can just be in the deep third. Again, only sending 4. This time, Bajan is going to be blocking out of the backfield. And you're still going to see he still does loop around, a little bit of a longer route, but again, you can imagine Not a base player, having a little bit more speed, a little bit more excel. That's just going to speed up the process even just that little bit more. But you can see there that we still got, we were still able to get pressure, sending 4 while they were blocking 6. So here we'll block the tight end. And you bet your bottom dollar we are still going to get pressure. And of course, it works vice versa as well. Like if we were to flip this formation on offense, and we can go on ahead and set up the defense as well, crash down. This time, we are going to send the blitz away from, and of course, this is a very nice formation because the tight end and the running back are on the same side of the field, so we don't have to worry about, you know, it's a little bit easier to predict where they're going to be blocking from. We wouldn't send this blitz with Ronnie Hickman towards the blocker. Like here, we're going to block Kyle Pitts. We would not want to send this blitz off that left side. We want to send it away. So here, we're going to double. Well, that's fine. We can leave him in the outside zone again, and then we're going to drop Jared Verse. And then, of course, like I said, the tight end is going to be blocking. So we're still blocking 6, but we're going to send it off the right side. And again, you can bet we are going to be able to get the pressure. So just a super solid, I couldn't speak English there for a second, super solid blitz, super versatile blitz, and it's extremely easy to set up. And of course, like I said, with all the macros and stuff, this base macro that I have right here, you can always build off that, right? Like you can always make your own adjustments, but it kind of puts everybody as close to the line of scrimmage as you can possibly get, and just really allows for you to get advantageous situations. And all you have to do, man, is the macro, crash down, and you basically have a blitz. You hit Y, you can drop LB into a hook curl, whatever the case may be. Drop your defensive lineman into it. Well, you probably don't want him on a hook curl too. Whatever the case may be, drop him into a flat, and you still have at least decent coverage. You can kind of pick your spots in behind that, and you can just see we're only sending 4, and we are killing Tua right now in the pocket. So super nice blitz. I really like this one, and of course mixing it in with the cover 3s, mixing it in with cover 2. Having cover 2 man come out, play that. Being able to play all these coverages, cover 6, cover 9, all that stuff. Being able to mix in those coverages with this blitz just makes it that much more dangerous. And of course, you can always run. I mean, there's no saying like, I mean, you have cover 4 quarters, come out, pick your base defense, and you know, boom, you're already in a run defense. You can already see we have a force defender, we have a cutback guy, and you know, we're gap sound as well. So just being able to run these different coverages, being able to run cover 6, boom, get to your base macro. Looks the same, but we're not sending a blitz this time. We're dropping out in the zone. So, a ton of different ways you can play with your opponent. I really, really love this double safety blitz. Probably my favorite blitz so far in the game. I know it's early. It's literally still August. But probably my favorite blitz so far that I have found in this game. Super awesome, super fun to play around with. The fact you can send it off both edges. You can send it off one edge. Send it with 3 sometimes. Send it with 4. Very versatile blitz, and I just really like this one out of this nickel wide formation. And in this case, we are in the Browns playbook. So really solid defense to kind of get you online and get you playing. Hopefully to get you some wins here as well. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. Let me know if you're going to implement this in your game. Nickel wide, sort of a, I mean, nickel, I mean, I guess that's sort of meta. I mean, always meta right now. You want to get that one less linebacker on the field. But nickel wide, you don't necessarily see a lot of people running that. It's all the 3-3-5 stuff and whatnot. But I do really like this sort of a basic defense, and very easy to run. Super easy to set up as well for the blitz portion of it. But I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop the like, leave me a comment. I appreciate all you guys every single time. I read every single comment. Appreciate the love and everything like that on the past videos. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see next, playbook-wise, video-wise, whatever the case may be, whatever you have on your mind, drop it in the comments. And yeah, man, appreciate you guys watching, as always. I think that's all the rambling I need to do at the end of my video here. And yeah, man, hope to catch you guys in the next one. Appreciate you guys, as always. And yeah, with that, later.